on, students, we're going to talk about the mechanics of your cell phone. Camera in your phone, and you just want to gently, in a circular motion, clean that off. Now, the thing that's kind of nice about your cell phone is that you can set it up so that there's a grid on there. So that's one of the first things I'm going to ask that you do is actually go into the settings on your phone, go into the camera. So when you go into the general settings, go into camera, click on that, and then you'll see it says composition and grid. Just going to click on that, and then what that's going to do is it's going to give you these nice grid lines. Every time you take a photograph, you're going to have a horizontal and vertical grid. You really want to treat this like the real camera that it is, and hold it with both hands so that you can stabilize it and minimize blur that happens when our hands shake. Still life arrangement in my kitchen, and so I've just got this little bowl of fruit with a white background. It's just a piece of poster board, and I really all I want in my frame or in my composition is the bowl and the fruit and the white background. I don't want any of this other cluttery stuff in my photo. Of course, we all know that to get in closer, we're gonna pinch and zoom. We all know about that. But here's where the orientation of my camera makes a difference. I shoot in this orientation, I've got too much stuff that I can still see that's cluttering up my photo. If I change my camera to the vertical position but make sure that the camera is on the top, then if I pinch and zoom and I'm far enough away and I kind of pull in a little tight there, then I can get exactly what I want into my frame. The next thing I need to make sure I do is make sure that the right thing is in focus. And when I'm shooting something pretty close up like this, it's pretty hard to not get it in focus because my camera is going to automatically focus on whatever is in the frame. So I don't need to worry about it too much, but if I was shooting something farther away, I might need to be a little bit more specific about what I was focusing on. Right? So like if I was shooting something outside, like a specific tree, I might need to tell the sensor in my camera what to focus on. So one of the ways that I could do that is press and hold on the object I want in focus, and then a little box. You can see a little box around it and a little sun. And what that's doing is telling the camera, hey, I want to focus on that one spot. The other thing that you can do when you press and hold like that is change what's called the exposure. And the exposure is how much light is going into that camera's sensor. So if I press and hold on that little sun, drag up, I can let tons of light into the sensor, too much light, right? Because now all of a sudden this is really washed out. So if I take it down in the opposite direction, then it's going to have the opposite problem. It's going to be underexposed and it's going to be too dark to see things. So I want something that's kind of a happy medium. I want enough light to make sure that I've got details, that my shadows don't disappear. So I need to find something that's going to give me kind of the level of contrast that I want and make sure that I don't lose any details in my shot. For your first practice activity in your photo journal, I'm going to ask you to take 3 pictures of a piece of fruit or something in your kitchen. So it doesn't have to be a whole bowl full of stuff. Just pick one piece of fruit, or it could be a can of soda or something like that. But what I want you to do is put a background against it, and all I did was I took a piece of poster board and kind of propped it up against this. I leaned something behind this to support it. You could also just use a piece of colored construction paper. You can use a plastic cutting mat. You could even use the back of a cookie sheet. And what I want you to do is practice intentionally overexposing it and underexposing it. So, and only getting the fruit and the background in the shot. That's the other thing I want you to practice. So I want you to practice getting the background, only the background and the fruit in the shot, and then you're going to, remember, click on the fruit till you get the sun. And I want you to take one shot where you overexpose and really wash it out. So you're going to take one shot doing that. One shot where you intentionally underexpose. So it's really too dark. And then one that's just in the middle.